Happy Monday, Brandon here, OIAS Outsider Information. How much is too much? And that's a very loaded question, right? You can go a lot of directions with it, but I am going to tie it back to money. A story, and I've told this when I was at the YMCA, the president there, his salary was open data, about 600K a year. And I sat down and did the exercise once of, okay, if I was making 600K a year, what would things look like? And I'm going to be honest, after about 300K, I was struggling, right? Because it's like, well, expenses, needs, everything is met. We've got nice things. We don't want a house. What are you doing with the rest of the money? So when I see these stories or articles about millionaires and billionaires and how they accrued that money, I realized somewhere along the lines, yeah, I want none of that. I don't want the problems that come with billions of dollars. And I don't have the work ethic to get that kind of money. Honestly, I'm kind of chilling over here with what I'm doing. So how does all that hit home? This weekend, I was just spending time building AI bots on a platform called Poe. And they have a point system. And the plan that I have, I just upgraded it and gave me 1 million points for the month from July to August. It was a lot of points. I've still got about 400,000 points left, and I probably spent about 20 hours over the last couple of days just building, and it was impossible to use. Now, how does that relate to money? It's not really about the money, it's about the excess. And when I was thinking about this, it was like, man, the obligation to use the points so you don't waste the money is stressful. When I look at the money, you can't just let money sit in a bank account. You have to do something with it. Banks are typically only insured up to 250K if it's a credit union. I think it's 500K if it's like a Wells Fargo bank. But if you've got millions of dollars, your money has to be active. You have to do something with it. Now, relating it back to the points, if I don't use the points, if I don't use the points, I lose the points, and I'm out the money. It's not millions of dollars, but the metaphor does kind of tie in, if that makes sense. So I'm tying the real life piece to this fantasy piece. And while hard is relative, figuring out ways to be purposeful with something that you have when you have excess of it, I think that's the message there. And again, it's among the reasons why I kind of rest where I do on certain topics as it relates to money and wealth. How much is too much? It's too much if there's really nothing else you can do with it, in my opinion. So hopefully that message kind of landed. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But there's a lot of excess out there, and there's a lot of ways to hoard resources. But if you're creative with it, if you are smart with it, there are also ways to give back as well. And that is what I would encourage people to do if you have a ton of stuff. So anyway, all I got. Happy Monday. If anything resonates, like, subscribe, and engage. We will see you next time.